Hello everybody and welcome to Game A Dayer. It is day 481 here on Game A Dayer. My name is Step and today it is a Friday, which means it is a free to play Friday, and today we are going to play In the Pause Between the Ringing. That was really hard for me to say for some reason. In the Pause Between the Ringing is a rumination about completion, about territorial margins, and about the haunting of bodies and memories that are translated across borders. I don't know what that means. In this, it is an adaptation of an unpublished story written by Mir Umar Hassan for the editor of the Malwa Chronicle in the July of 1958. Interesting. This game is brand new on Steam, having been released 3 days ago, and is available for free. So, if you want to check out In the Pause Between the Ringing, you can absolutely do that. But first, why not join us while we play it? Okay, created as a commission for the Video Games Design Play Disrupt exhibition at V&A. Interesting. Press X on the keyboard. Don't want to use WASD. Do I have to use WASD? This work is adapted from an unpublished story. To be complete is to be enclosed, to find yourself contained within the margins of your own body and the boundaries of collective reason. To be complete is to be able to see an edge to history. Interesting. Whoa, alright, hold on. Can I know can answer. There's paper airplanes. There's a really annoying phone. Ah. I do have to use E. Hello? Namaskar Sahib. An electric burst crackles in response and then pauses. I wish to speak to a ghost. Do I have to choose here? Who are you? I am a weaver of circumstance and the giver of meaning. I am a connoisseur of memory. I am the last author and the first historian of time. I am Sutradhar, the narrator. A narrator. So tell me, is there a ghost that I can speak to? Yes, there is. I am a ghost. Am I a ghost? Oh, Sutradhar. Long have I awaited your arrival. Time has silted around me, enfolding me in a history where I do not belong. Complete this story. Narrate an end to this endless waiting. Complete your story, asks the voice. Whatever do you mean? I cannot bear to persist anymore. I have waited an eternity for this liberation. Send me back to the furrows of memory where I can be forgotten. Is that not why you have called over the telephone asking to speak to a ghost? Oh, no, no, laments the voice. I seek a ghost, Sahib, yes. But I know nothing about your particular predicament. I seek a ghost to help me remember. Remember? Remember what? My stories, tales of immortal viceroys and indolent pashas, of crocodile processions and the marriage of mountains, stories from across the border where I no longer belong, stories that were taken from me, some lost and others forgotten. Forgotten? Lost? What manner of Sutradhar are you? Curse you and your tribe of insouciant tyrants, purveyors of deceit and polluters of time. But Sahib, says the voice and stops, as if hesitant to commit to a course that would entangle its search with my own. Curse you. I am shouting now, fearful of losing this one chance to escape. Each grain of time that I must abide scours my soul. Let me loose from the entanglement of my tale, or I shall drag you to this netherworld of a town and await eternity alongside me. Patience, Sahib. Sabra Karo, says the Sutradhar, its voice quavering. Whether with distance or the strain of our conversation, I cannot tell. You mention a town, Sahib. Tell me more about this town. Perhaps I will remember some of your story, were you to describe to me where you are. What can I say of the town? It has narrow lanes and tall buildings. Apparently. This is so bizarre. I know. I should just go the way it tells me to go. This is so interesting. Oh, that was a way. I guess it's not a way now that I found the telephone. Is that it? I haunt this town, yes. I wander through its clinics and offices, halls and passages, the empty boarding houses of and Karkanas have been home to me. I linger in the small corner where they kept the shrine, and I wait beside doorways that are shuttered. But most of all, I haunt this room. A room, all stories ferment in rooms. Tell me about this room that you haunt. Describe it to me. I see a sky where the roof has fallen. It looks like a bank vault. Does it not? I see it now. I can see it, Sahib, clear as day. The voice reverberates with the panic of a sudden realization. I know the place you speak of. Why, it is the records room at Telephone Nagar. It could be no other. Of that I am certain. Where in the name of the one true God is Telephone Nagar? It is a frontier town, Sahib, and it straddles a border near the desert of Talk. It is a town that ripened and burst long ago and spewed so many tales from its verdant core that I can no longer discern distinct stories from my memories of that place. But surely you must know something that can help. A fragment, that's all I need. Anything that explains why I am condemned to wait here. All right, Sahib, since you insist, I will tell you a story of Iqbal, the keeper of Telephone Nagar. I press the phone to my ear and await the tale.
Our story begins on Wednesday, the 28th of August 1833, when slavery was abolished everywhere except in territories ruled by the East India Company. It was then that an Irish doctor named William Brooke O'Shaughnessy decided that the world was porous and riddled with invisible arteries that only he could see. Even as slave owners were being paid compensation, as if freedom was an infringement that had to be reparated, William sat in a garret overlooking the Hooghly River and pondered the arterial conduits of trade and commerce that had washed him like an errant corpuscle upon the shores of this enslaved country.
Interesting. So, William O'Shaughnessy joined the company?
Yes, and propelled by such sanguine vision, he percolated into Hindustan, soaking through barriers of Bengal and Orissa as an assistant surgeon, seeping into Bihar as an opium merchant, diffusing across the Malwa landscape in search of ore for the mint, and permeating into history with his telegraph wires. From pharmacology to the galvanic cell, William used every science known to man to piece together a country that baffled him and threatened to close its paws against his probing investigations.
But what has a pharmacologist to do with Telephone Nagar and my plight?
Yes, I am getting to that. 10 years into this project, William O'Shaughnessy found himself in the desert of Talk, along with a grand caravan of miners and salt merchants, looking for veins of copper. No settlements punctuated this land except the strange scaffolds built by nomadic barbers who eked a miserable existence here. The desert, which began north of Muzaffarpur, infringed into the territories of Sindh with an unnerving abandon. No delineations marked this border, and in a country that was slowly being distributed into small containers, this was indeed a strange place.
I have been to the desert of Talk. It is a searing wasteland. Oh. Such a strange visual effect. I guess only one of these phones can be answered.
But O'Shaughnessy, to whom the world was porous regardless of where he might be, could see naught but fissures and crevices in this land, holes in the earth that leaked its minerals like open wounds. And here, amidst meager deposits of salt and copper, he discovered a deep fissure full of bakelite. So verdant was the find, that within a few feet of digging into the crust, the small nodules of bakelite gave way to crystalline obelisks and protrusions of diodes and receivers. Within 20 feet, deposits of complete telephones started to emerge from the ground.
Telephones. Yes, telephones ooze onto the very surface here. So rich are the mines.
Indeed, rich were the mines. But the Verdant Find was located in that part of Tok which was deep within the independent territory of Sindh. Though this might not have been evident to O'Shaughnessy at the time of discovery, it was certainly clear to the head assayer who had procured a remarkable map for this expedition. I cannot tell you what this realization led to, but suffice to say that the head assayer was a distant cousin of Charles Napier, who called his illegal annexation of Sindh that very year
a noble piece of rascality.
How do you punish a man if he steals an entire country?
With possession of the mines now secure, William O'Shaughnessy embarked upon the greatest mining endeavor of 19th century India. Teams of workers were conscripted and local barbers coerced to dig the first exploratory shafts. Teakwood trunks from the Wasatch forests were dragged like a giant caterpillar to be hewn into shacks and offices, and to shore the mud and rock of the tunnels being dug. Geologists, cavalrymen and medical practitioners, telegraph operators, wiremen, electricians, bankers, hostelers and camp cooks, entertainers and crooks, all descended upon the site as the first tunnels were inaugurated.
What year was this?
Of what use are exact dates and years? Does it not suffice to say that the mines, which were as yet shallow, only about 30 feet deep, had already begun to yield great numbers of telephones, some small and delicate, and some as large as an elephant.
Yes, I've seen such grand specimens in the town.
Observation decks and elevator shafts were built. Great rotating wheels were erected to pump air into the mines. For one whole week, a train of camels unloaded brass lamps from the ore that was stored in a newly built warehouse. Clothing karkhanas were set up that worked tar soap jute into hard shoes for the miners and made cotton scarves for the supervising Europeans. Elephants were shipped to the inhospitable desert at great cost to help pull and tug the telephones from their ponic bed.
And what of the people themselves?
Yes, the people. The well mining crews from Srinagar and Burma, from Ceylon and Hampi and Kadirmuga, started to descend upon the settlement and were readily hired. Abutting their mine shafts, there erupted countless hovels of worker colonies, or what were to be later called Khan Paras, and a little removed from the mines, there arose larger buildings for quarters and offices, churches and workshops, each a thin-walled ramshackle structure that hooked into the sky, until from the nothingness of the desert there emerged a misshapen town.
A misshapen town indeed. This is so bizarre. Giant telephones being mined from the ground? Has anything changed? No? Alright, alright. This really is a beautifully rendered environment. It's very strange.
William O'Shaughnessy, who was appointed Director General of Telegraphs for his discovery of the Bakelite pits, received a knighthood in 1866 for the telephone mines. And though he left the town a little after its founding, he gave a name to the settlement, calling it Telephone Nagar.
A fateful name, it has proven.
And with newfound prosperity, there appeared like a tide of locusts hordes of officers and revenue clerks, managers and traders, accountants and munshi, members of that peculiar race who speak both Firangi and Hindustani. A race of administrative service officers, the lower magistrates and the adjunct collectors. Indians who had been trained abroad for just such tasks of collating the whims of change.
Vultures. I spit in derision at the memory of these babus.
This new and formless settlement attracted them, this absence of discrete boundaries. Where else could you live in such proximity to the British, the Dutch or the Americans who worked alongside them? Where else were you allowed to so clearly see what being an equal might be like? Not that they were equal. There were separate living quarters, of course, separate methods and places of worship, and even separate streets. But to be so close to the foreigners was exhilarating.
Foolish to be so enthralled.
Perhaps they were foolish. But remark these men, for they are crucial to our tale. It was these men, these officers of the company, who on a borderless land, discovered a finite margin. For it was against the nebulous assault of sand and mud, and the uncertainties of the mining pits, that they could delineate their own form and purpose. Somehow the harsh land erased other loyalties and helped keep the delicate balance of their lives in careful accord with their rulers. To this strange milieu arrived Iqbal. Yes, Iqbal the barrister, Iqbal the revolutionary, Iqbal the unfortunate, or simply Iqbal. He came to this town riding a roving tide of humanity and attempting to efface the terrible years he had spent at Hertfordshire before being appointed the administrator of the Ambrose Shaft, the deepest, active mine at Telephone Nigger. Save for his morning rounds, Iqbal rarely went to the actual mine. The rest of the day he spent in the cavernous records hall, maintaining a careful roster for the teams under his charge. It is the same hall that you haunt today, turning such records as have survived into paper planes in your boredom.
Ah! That explains the paper planes. Whoa. There we go. Very neat. I guess we'll answer the telephone. Perhaps it was the emptiness of the hall, when the rest of the town was crowded, but something gave Iqbal room to ponder. Why was the telephone mined in only a single language, he wondered. Each telephone, once extracted, was refined and processed such that it would only allow English to be spoken through its receiver. No other language would transmit.
Perhaps it was the emptiness of this hall when the rest of the town was crowded. But something gave Iqbal room to ponder. Why was the telephone mined in only a single language? He wondered. Each telephone, once extracted, was refined and processed such that it would only allow English to be spoken through its receiver. No other language would transmit. And this bothered Iqbal, who knew, as we all do, that telephones in India have long predated the British Raj. Why even Tughlaq was known to have shifted to the Altarabad to avail the magnificent, naturally exposed telephone that sat like a boulder upon his palace grounds.
What of the phones of Badami? Even the Chalukya were known to use them.
Indeed, and in the presence of such history, Iqbal found it difficult to believe that some small change in the refinement or extraction process might not yield a modern Bakelite telephone that could speak in many languages, perhaps even all of them. Such radical thoughts he kept to himself, and, when time permitted, he experimented, for his was the legacy of O'Shaughnessy, and he found it easy to bend wires and tubes to his will, and much as O'Shaughnessy had done, he too began to think of the world as a porous body waiting to be punctured by cables and pipes carrying blood and sound.
Interesting.
Reticent though he was, word of Iqbal's experiments circulated through the town and roused a deep anxiety in his fellow officers. Those who had prided themselves on their certainties saw in Iqbal's endeavor a malevolent threat to their way of life, for their certainties were born of a particular kind of fear. The telephone was a sacred emblem of their station as the chosen ones. They feared its proliferation and they feared its authority. To so debase such an august instrument was tantamount to sacrilege, of this they were certain.
And violence comes easily to men who are certain.
Yes, it does. And at Telefonica, this violence erupted when Iqbal proclaimed that he had perfected the first Urdu telephone and that he awaited a phone call to test its efficacy. It was this proclamation that killed Iqbal. They pushed him into a shaft that he supervised, and he fell 1,203 feet into a hole called Ambrose, until every bone was crushed like tinder, and his flesh so deeply lacerated that it left a streak of blood marking the passage of his body down the shaft.
Allah have mercy.
The next day, with forced joviality, lest the horror of their crime be made apparent, the murderers and their masters filed into the records room with a new camaraderie. As they reached for their muster sheets, they were startled to discover Iqbal seated upon his usual tree, waiting beside his telephone. His face was still lacerated and his mien was the color of a white dhoti, his limbs contorted in odd shapes with bones protruding the flesh, and his teeth rattled as he spoke in garbled bursts. But there he was, Iqbal, or what was left of him.
A ghost.
The sight of Iqbal animated the memory of his murder. The records room was boarded up, though no one remarked upon the folly of entombing a ghost. People were prosecuted. The mines were abandoned. The shafts destroyed in a riot. The city dwindled and then, just as suddenly as it had begun, Telefonica became an empty husk floating upon a sea of sand, leaving just the ghost of Iqbal awaiting his phone call.
Do you believe I am Iqbal? I ask, wondering if I indeed am Iqbal.
I do not know, Sahib. All I can recall is Iqbal also awaited a phone call in the empty town of Telefonica, that he too awaited a release from this purgatory that was to be heralded by a ringing, to which he would say,
Hello. Namaskar, Sahib. An electric burst crackles in response and then pauses. I wish to speak to a ghost. Why do you want to speak to a ghost? Sometimes, says the voice after a moment of thought, a ghost is the first historian of time. Sometimes hers is the only recollection, and I am a connoisseur of such residue. For I am a sutradhar, a narrator, holder of threads, and the giver of meaning. So tell me, is there a ghost that I can speak to? And I think that's where we're going to end today. Because it seems like this could be... Oh, of course it's cyclical. Why wouldn't it be cyclical? Thanks for joining me here today on Game Adair. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was great. If you enjoyed that, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, give this video some love. Give the old thumbs up. Leave me a like. Share it with your friends. Maybe check out this game for yourself. It's available for free on Steam. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And when you do, don't forget to hit that dingy bell, because that will let you know when I upload new videos, which I do every single day. My name is Step. We have been playing, oh boy, In the Space Between the Ringing here today on Game Adair. Thanks so much for joining me, and please come back tomorrow when we'll be playing something. Thanks, everybody.